Have you guys ever wondered how it looks like before the surface of the earth full of this concrete forest, either underwater or land or even deep in the seabed? Let's talk about the water and sea. How do humans build a structure in the water safely? What if we decide to build piers for tourists, docks for ships, and bridges for our daily usage? The golden answer to all those questions is Cofferdam. So, what is Cofferdam? Cofferdam can be defined as the temporary structure that is built to keep the water away from the construction site so that the structure can be built on the dry surface. Before we get even further, these are the factors that affect the chosen cofferdam to be built in a construction site. The type of construction is dependent upon the depth, soil conditions, fluctuations in the water level, availability of the material, and more others. In addition, cofferdams are advantageously constructed where a large area of site is to be enclosed and the hard bed is at reasonable depth. So, considering the material used in the construction, cofferdam may be divided into following categories. The first one is earth-filled cofferdam, the second one is rock-filled cofferdam, followed up by gravity dam and sheet pile cofferdam. The first two types of cofferdam is obvious as it seems, which the earth cofferdam is made out of earth material such as sand, whilst rock-filled cofferdam is made out of rocks. Nevertheless, each and every one of the cofferdams offers different benefits, versatility, and function depends on the factors mentioned before. Earth-filled cofferdams are constructed at the place where the height of the water is less than 3 meters and the current velocity is low. These dams are built using locally available materials such as clay, fine sand, and even soil. Construction procedure for earth-filled cofferdam are simple. The first step is carrying out the groundwork by replacing the earth filling in designed area, creating a dam or an embankment. As a precautionary measure, the earth bank is carried about 1 meter above the water level and the side slope in a vary from ratio 1:1 to ratio 1:2. The next step is pitching. In order to prevent the embankment from scouring due to the action of water, the side slopes of the bank on the water side should be pitched with rubble boulders or stone. The last and final step is dewatering or pumped out the water after the work of construction of the cofferdam is over. The water from the enclosed area is pumped out and the construction can be executed under a dry environment. It's simple, isn't it? So, the pros and cons for the earth-filled cofferdam are as follows. The first one is the availability of the material. It is obviously easy to be found as the material needed to construct the dam can be found everywhere in the surrounding. Secondly, the material to construct the earth-filled dam are easy to handle and navigate either using a bulldozer, excavator, backhoe, or even a wheelbarrow as you desire. Thirdly, if any wash away or sliding of its foundation can be denied based on the fulfilled requirement in choosing these types of dam, it is very promising. Fourth and the last advantage is the cost to construct this type of dam is economical and inexpensive. So for the cons and disadvantages, the first one is non-availability of the materials at or near the construction site. Secondly, this type of dam has a greater maintenance cost as facing the risk of the embankment getting washed away by the waves and rising tides. And the last one is earth-filled dam is not suitable for spillways for controlled release of flows from a dam or levee into a downstream area is just not going to work. Is everything clear? If it is, then let's go to the next type of cofferdam. Rock-filled cofferdams is generally better than the earth-filled cofferdams. These dams are preferred when the rock is available easily at the construction site. For the construction procedure, it's quite the same with the earth-filled cofferdam, which is simple. Firstly, as usual, the groundwork is carried out and replace the required design area with a rock or stone, forming an embankment over them. Then the voids left are partially filled with earth and stone chips for a sturdier form. Secondly, for precautionary steps, the side of the embankment facing the water will be pitched with organized rocks for a better water-resistant and impermeable embankment. Lastly, dewatering or pumped out the remaining water from the other side of the embankment for the construction to be executed under a clean, dry, and safe working environment. So, for the pros and cons of the rock-filled cofferdam, the first one is it is cheaper where suitable hard rock is available. The material needed to construct the dam is existed around and near the construction site. It can be acquired just in a matter of time. Second one, it is easy replacement as material for the earth dam are not available. The third one, it is economical compared to the cost of cement for a concrete dam is higher. The fourth one, it is easy to construct, like literally easy as the procedure stated, which same goes to the earth-filled cofferdam. The last one, it can be raised subsequently without much difficulty as a contractor or whoever in charge desired. So for the cons or disadvantages, the first one is more construction equipment is required, but if the construction of the dam is planned correctly, it can be improved. The second cons is due to its high maintenance costs in terms of time and equipment, which is also the same as the Cofferdam that I've mentioned before. The third and the last one, it may take more time and may affect the site duration instead. There you go, people. It's as simple as that.
And now we'll talk about the gravity dam. It is a structure which is designed in a way that its own weight resists the external forces. You can imagine it as a rubber door stopper that goes under the door using the force from the door and the friction from the floor, creating a resistance strong enough to stop the door. Same goes with the gravity dam. Most gravity dams are constructed of masonry or concrete, as it is a very heavy and durable material suitable for this heavy-duty dam. The construction of the dam starts with the diversion of problems, which is the water. In order to construct the dam, it needs a dry place to start. After the water is diverted, the construction of the dam starts from the foundation like most structure does. From there, the construction continues from the bottom to the top, and after the construction is done, the water is then redirected back onto the normal route, which will end up on the dam. The advantage of the gravity dam is it is strong, durable, and stable. It is very practical for great height due to its high strength. The maintenance cost is low also due to its high durability, and also this dam does not fail suddenly. However, the cons for this type of dam is it needs a very strong foundation as the structure is very heavy and needs to hold a lot of load. The initial cost to construct this type of dam is very high compared to other dams. Because of its purpose and function, it needs a longer time to construct to ensure the dam is constructed properly and safely. Lastly, it requires supervision and skilled laborers due to its elaborate construction. Let's move on to the sheet pile cofferdam, which is one of the simplest cofferdam in design and construction aspect. It is a retaining structure, usually temporary, which is utilized to keep water or earth out of an excavation site until the permanent works are constructed. Basically, it is a prefabricated metal retaining wall. The construction of the sheet piling wall is very simple. Firstly, the guide frame for the sheet pile is driven into the ground. Next, the sheet pile is then lowered and driven into the ground as well, followed with horizontal bracing to add more support to withstand the load. Excavation is done and concrete will be plugged in to resist uplift pressure. Lastly, the permanent work is proceeded, such as reinforcement and concrete work on the permanent structure. Here are the pros and cons for the sheet piling cofferdam. Firstly, the sheet piling itself are recyclable and can be reused multiple times in different locations. The sheet piling cofferdams, not only it is temporary and solution, it is cost effective and has a quicker installation due to its simplicity. It has a longer life underwater, making it safe towards underwater ecosystem. However, the cons of sheet piling cofferdam is, even though the installation is simple, it is tedious due to any issue caused by the soil. The excavation stage are dictated or limited in section and interlocking elements, meaning there is loss of freedom in the excavation. The sheet pile driving process can cause neighborhood disturbance just like an irregular pile driving. Lastly, settlements in adjacent properties may take place due to installation vibrations. Congrats, you made it to the end. In conclusion, the cofferdams are a very useful tool in our daily lives when it comes to construction and finding resources. With the advancement of technology, better cofferdams are surely to be developed in the near future, in hopes that it'll be more eco-friendly and consumer-friendly. Thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.